Greetings and salutations. Well, it's been over 5 months since I've had to do one of these videos. I wish it could have been a whole lot longer, but it is what it is. If the moment calls for it, well, then I guess I just have to do what I have to do when it comes to these videos. This is a video, once again, and hopefully for the final time, for one Grimlock69. He has since changed his name back to the old name that he used to go by, but I cannot call him that in good conscience, considering there's only one that should go by that name, and that is my Lord and Savior. And so I refuse to be blasphemous. Be that as it may, I have to make this video to you, Grimlock, so I hope that you watch it in its entirety, or somebody has sent it to you so that you can watch it, and I hope that you heed the words that I'm about to speak to you. I asked you well over 5 months ago to keep my name out of your mouth. You had instances where you did keep my name out of your mouth for a decent amount of time. You would poke some fun here and there, the pirate, this and that, whatever. Anybody that has even the slightest brain cell knows who you're talking about. But I digress. I've asked you to keep my name out of your mouth. And here recently, you've been making sure to push my name out there in a negative connotation. I have nothing to do with the situations that you have going on currently. Do I know these people? Yes, I do know them. Do I associate with them? Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean I'm responsible or I have a hand in what's going on with them in regards to you. Now, you would think, as you say that you are a expert journalist, that you would figure that out and you would know this. But still, you want to go ahead and throw me under the bus and say that I have something to do with whatever it is that's going on with you. Well, listen very clearly. I do not. Nor have I really ever. Have they asked me my opinions? Sure. Have I shared my opinions? Yes. But that doesn't mean that what I've said that they're now going and trying to go and do. Most of the time, I come up with, why can't you both just let it the fuck go? Just get over it. Be done with it. It's old hat. It doesn't need to be talked about anymore. Leave it alone, the both of you. All parties, quite frankly. Well, I can see where that's gotten me. Obviously, you don't stop, they don't stop. It is what it is. But I don't have anything to do with the latest situation that's gone on. Allegedly, Mr. Meta Cheaters put out a video, and supposedly you're saying that I had something to do with this video. Well, no, I'm sorry. I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't even speak to the man. So how do I have anything to do with his videos? I haven't seen it, but be that as it may, you're saying that I had something to do with it. Well, I don't. Back at Christmas, just this last Christmas, you came into the cantina. There was only 5 total people there. We were 2 of them, and there were 3 others. I decided to be the bigger person, and even though you were a gray marshmallow to me, I unblocked you, and I wanted to approach you to wish you a Merry Christmas. And you lost your shit. You absolutely lost it, waving your hands in the air like you're screaming in terror. And you were talking, but I couldn't hear you because you were muted. I don't know if you could even hear me. It is what it is. But other people there did hear you, and they did hear the things that you were saying. You lost your mind. And all I wanted to do was wish you a Merry Christmas. I mean, we're human after all, right? So I was trying to be the decent person, wish you a Merry Christmas, and I was going to go on with my day. But this is the kind of unstable person that you've become. You've let other people dictate how you are going to be as a person. When you stop worrying about all that, then you can be that better person. You always constantly say that you're better than everyone else. Well, it's time to show it. You say you have 190 IQ. Well, it's time to prove it. You want to make accusations that I have things to do with what other people are doing to you. Show me the evidence that you have that I am directly involved. You can't, because there isn't any. I don't talk about you. I don't mention you. You're not worth my time. You can say, oh, you talked about me in the cantina. Yes, a long time ago, yes, I did. And it was a private conversation between a few friends. I have it on good authority from several people, some I do know, some I don't know, that one of the first few days that I actually started coming to the cantina, and you were there, you pulled the moderators off into the corner and the bartenders and anybody else that would listen to you, and you started to complain. You were pointing at me, warning them of how terrible of a person I am, telling them that they need to watch out for the likes of me because I can get them shut down. You bold-faced lied to people in regards to me, and yet you call me the liar? You have the audacity to also say that I broke a federal law? I thought you were intelligent. This is Horizon Worlds. I don't own an LLC. There is no business in here. People come in here to enjoy themselves. They can create worlds. And if you've ever created a world, oh, that's right, you're not a builder, is what you've claimed. So you possibly don't know this. So I'm going to educate you on it. You can check on it if you want. Once you create a world, they give you a little sheet that you have to read specifying the terms and conditions, saying, yes, even though you built it, it belongs to Horizon Worlds. So no matter what you build, it's theirs. You have to agree to this before that you can actually publish it. It's their publishing notice. Now, that being said, when I published my world for Where's the Beef, it became property of Horizon Worlds. It's not my property. And it's just a room. It's just a place to go so people can be entertained. You want to say that I broke federal law because somebody else said your legal name. You've said your legal name hundreds of times on your lives. You said it in your little videos that you do. So how is it that I'm getting in trouble for somebody else saying your name, plus the fact that I had a disclaimer all the same, stating if I have guests or audience members that share their opinion, it's not necessarily the views of myself, Where's the Beef, my staff, associates, and or sponsors, absolving me of any responsibility for anything that comes out of their mouth, because I don't have anything to do with what comes out of their mouths. Never have, never will. That is their personal opinion. That is what they feel. That is what they want to say. I don't give them a script. That is what they do. How many times were you up on stage belittling people that were actually on stage? And did I ever stop you? No. The only time that I did stop you is when you kept belittling me on my own show. You kept insulting me on how I ran my show. You've done it several times to me, and I finally had enough. So yes, I went off on you. Felt better, and I even said, look, if you wanted to be friends after I went off on you, that's fine. I don't mind talking to you after that. Didn't really happen. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter that you have the audacity to say that I broke a federal law because somebody else said something, you're really out of your gourd, man. You really don't know what the law is then. This is social media. It's a social platform. People have freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want to say. It may not necessarily be right. It may not necessarily be true. It may not necessarily be nice, but it's their opinions and they are entitled to it. If you want to go after anybody when it comes to that, go after the people that actually soiled your name. I haven't soiled your name. I haven't said, you are this. You are that. Do we have to go over this again? So for those who had called you, from what you claim, a PDF, you were the one that called yourself that. Again, when the gentleman came up to ask the young lady you were taking on my show a question, they asked if you were what style of a predator you were. And she responded, well, he doesn't do this stuff to kids from what I know. The from what I know of does not leave it open for interpretation. It's for the fact that she doesn't have all the answers. She didn't have everything that she would need to make that hypothesis on whether you did or did not. So she really couldn't speak on it, is what she was saying. And then you're the one that said, oh, so now I'm a PDF, huh? Nobody said you were. You're the one that started that, and you've held on to that. Like, oh my goodness, like billionaire holds on to $100 bill. You just hold on to that for dear life. Why? Let it go. Nobody has called you that. Not anybody from my circle and not anybody from my show. You want to constantly keep putting blame on other people for your inadequacies. Stop. I'm trying to ask you as a gentleman, stop the madness. You have more control than you think that you may know over this entire situation. I can safely put this out there. If you actually stop, you do not talk about me, you do not talk about Raven, Henny, anyone else. You leave it alone and do not ever mention our names directly or in an innuendo, side note, doesn't matter. You do not say our names. You do not talk about us. You do not talk about our business at all. I can guarantee no one's going to talk about you. Guarantee it. This all started when Raven asked you to leave her alone on my show. She said, stop. Don't talk to me. Don't text me. Don't email me. You had to try to find some kind of a loophole so you could email her and so you could bug her that way. She asked you to stop. Oh, no, I'm allowed to do this. We didn't ask your interpretation of what the law is regarding whether you can or cannot. She asked you simply, don't. Please stop. You had to persist. You had to keep going. Just like for this for me. You had to persist. You had to keep going. You have to keep pushing the issue. What you're doing is a crime in and of itself. It is slander. Do I want to take you to court? Well, I damn well could. I've already spoken to a lawyer. I've already showed him the videos that I have. I've already showed him all my evidence, which I have everything too. You think you're the only one that's got a lot. I've got everything too. And he says I have a really strong case just for against you for slander. But I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with it. It's beneath me to have to take somebody to court over that. I'd like to think I could come to you as a grown man and ask you politely, stop talking about me. Do not mention me anymore, period. There's no reason for you to mention me because I don't mention you. I've left it well enough alone. It's time for you to do the same. Just like you said in your videos. It's 2025. You have other things to concentrate on, right? So concentrate on those. Stop worrying about what everyone else is saying and doing. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for you to constantly keep badgering everyone about your issues with other people. No one is interested in hearing it. And then as for the cantina, I got news for you. Raven didn't get you kicked out of there. No one did. I have it on good authority that there was a staff meeting in regards to a few other people, not just you, about how to make it a happier place. And everyone that had to get the boot was a unanimous decision. And you were one of them because you were causing issues. You were coming in, making people feel uncomfortable because you kept trying to talk to them about the issues, kept trying to warn people about us and how we were. That's not your place. Just like you said, let other people make decisions about you. You weren't letting them make decisions about us. You were trying to persuade them to get rid of us. Because what? You've been there longer? Who gives a shit? You have your capabilities to go anywhere else in the world. So do we. We found a home at the cantina. Nobody said you couldn't be there. I can remember plenty of times you were there and I was there, and I didn't associate with you. You were a gray marshmallow. I just walked right past you. Didn't worry about you whatsoever. Didn't bother you. Didn't say anything. The only time I finally said something, again, was Christmas Day, where I tried to wish you a Merry Christmas. But, you didn't want to hear any of that because that would have been too nice. And God forbid you want to keep the wonderful persona of me alive that you've got in your mind about how I am. You want to keep that thought process alive and well. It doesn't really matter to me. It's beneath me to even have to argue about any of it. So in closing, whatever you do in regards with them, I guess you're going to do. I have no control over any of that. But I do have control over this when it comes to you and I. I am asking you, man to man, and if you were able to be man enough to stand before me and not wave your hand saying, no, I don't want to hear what you've got to say, shut up. If you were actually sit there and listen, I would tell you directly to your face, please stop talking about me because there's no reason for you to be talking about me. Now, I've moved on in my 2025 to much bigger and better things that I've got going on. I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and you're not one of them. I left you back in 2024, and that's where you're going to stay. Now, as for your business venture, I wish you nothing but the best with that. I hope it gets very lucrative. Hell, I used to be in internet radio myself. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Wish I could do it again. It'd be a lot of fun. So, hopefully you get to be able to do exactly what you want with that. And hopefully it's very, like I said, lucrative and you enjoy it. And hopefully you get to have a good time with 2025. But the easiest way you can go about doing that is just forgetting about all of us. I mean, if we're so insignificant to you, why constantly keep talking about us? It just doesn't make any sense. Makes zero sense. So with that, hopefully you've been able to watch this entire video. Hopefully you've been able to take away some positive from it. I have no intentions on talking about you unless I hear you keep talking about me. Simple as that. Don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. Don't even innuendo. I won't do an innuendo either. Fair enough? Fair enough. Hopefully you'll be able to do that. I mean, you're better than all the rest of us, right? You're smarter than all of us. Well, then you should have the intelligence to know that what I'm saying is right. If you stop talking about us, we'll stop talking about you. Simple as that. That being said, anyone else that's watching this, hope you have a good day. Even to you, Grimlock. Hope you have a good day. God bless. Take care.